Francis Ngannou set for MMA return, driven by tragic loss of son. Francis Ngannou is preparing to make his highly anticipated return to MMA this October, carrying the weight of a personal tragedy that has profoundly impacted him. The former UFC heavyweight champion will face Renan Ferreira at a PFL pay-per-view event on October 19, marking his first MMA bout in nearly 3 years. Ngannou's comeback follows the heartbreaking death of his 15-month-old son Kobe in April. The tragedy struck just a month after Ngannou's defeat to Anthony Joshua in a boxing match in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The loss has been described by Ngannou as the most challenging period of his life. In an emotional interview with Sky Sports Boxing, Ngannou revealed how returning to training and competition is helping him cope with his grief. "I need some activities," Ngannou said. "I need to stay active, to be in a zone that I belong to. Maybe that also will help or change. I also need to keep it going to fight for my boy, for Kobe." Ngannou admitted that the past few months have been the hardest of his life. "I think it has been by far the hardest shape in life since I lost my son. For some time I felt like I didn't even have to do this or questioning about if I should do it or fight again or something," he said. "But I know that my son had something good in his memory, and I wanted to do something good in his memory." Ngannou's last UFC fight was a victory over Cyril Gane at UFC 270, where he retained the heavyweight title. Following a lengthy contract dispute with the UFC, Ngannou secured his release and shifted his focus to boxing. Despite his success in the boxing ring, including high-profile bouts against Tyson Fury and Joshua, there was uncertainty about whether he would return to MMA. Ngannou addressed these uncertainties, explaining that the death of his son has led him to reflect deeply on his life and career. "It's not that I have come close to retiring, it's just that you have different thoughts," he said. "You see how fragile life is. You feel you're hurt, you feel powerless, you feel useless. You question your existence about the importance of all of this." The loss of his son has given Ngannou a new sense of purpose. "All of a sudden you feel like you haven't been able to do anything in your life. You haven't been able to overcome anything," he said. "I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it's different." As Ngannou prepares for his bout against Ferreira, who recently won a PFL heavyweight tournament, the fighter is determined to honor his son's memory through his return to the cage. "There's only one way to find out," Ngannou said of the fight, adding, "I think now I have a different motivation in my son. I used to fight for a lot of reasons, but I don't think I had the biggest reason, the biggest purpose to fight until now."